In this video, I will show you how to perform a basic configuration from the configuration software tool to the Draco panel. You should be registered in advance in order to access your account. Once in, it will appear three options. 1. Create a new project. 2. Open all projects. Or 3. Recover projects from the panel. I'm going to create a new project. I will call it Office Building. This will be a basic configuration without activation roles. I will simply add the output group where I want the sonders to be active and tag the elements and the name of the zones. Once done that, I get in the basic screen of the panel. And here we can indicate the data of the company that has made the installation or the data of the maintaining company. We can add the company name, the phone number, the project, contact person, and email. Remember that it is not mandatory to enter the data and that this data will appear visible in the panel to its users. Here I will indicate if I'm going to work with a loop or with two loops. In this case, I'm going to work with one loop. These options are predetermined, so I leave it this way. They tell you that the panel has a LED panel or a charger. In here, I must indicate what type of wiring the installation is made of, whether it is Class A in loop mode or Class B non-return installation. By default, the two loops appear as Class B. In this case, I will work with one loop, so I will indicate that it is not Class B. I will work with a closed loop, Class A. Here, I can modify the installer or operator password. In this case, it comes by default, and I will leave it like this. And here, I choose if adding a printer box, configure the events, or whatever it must be printed. In this case, since we are not going to add a printer, we will leave it as it is. Here, I can choose the language I want to work with. In this case, in this example, I will use the Spanish language. In here, I can choose which devices to use. It is important that the addresses match. For example, here I will say that address number 1 is a manual call point, and here I will say, for example, entrance, which I want it to belong to zone 1. The next device will be a sonder, for example, and it will be in the lobby. If we want to mute the sonder from the panel, it is important to indicate that it belongs to group 1, sonder. I will continue adding devices, an optical detector, for example, that will be in the hallway, and I will indicate that it is in zone number 2. From here, I can modify the sensitivity of the devices, add different schedules or working modes. It will depend on the type of installation. Here we will add, for example, a heat detector that it is in the kitchen and belongs to zone number 3. As you can see, it is very easy to add devices. Make sure that they match the current addresses so that there are no conflicts. Once this is done, proceed saving the information. Up to 200 devices can be added per loop. Next step will be the zones. I will name zone number 1 ground floor. In here, I could add a delay to the sonders if desired. Next, I will indicate number 2, first floor, and the next one will be second floor. We can also modify the delay times. In this case, I will let them sound instantly. Here you can modify the sensitivity of the detectors during the days of the week, depending on whether it is day or night. Although it is a very simple action, we will see this step in another video. Then there is the advanced programming section that, among other subjects, you can make input and output rules, but I will not go through it now. I will show this in another video. And here we can retrieve events that have occurred on the panel. Once the data is entered, you have seen that it is a very simple task. I will be able to export import. To export events, I will generate a file saved in my download section in your computer. I will update to be able to see the zip file with the data inside. I will proceed saving the info in a USB pen drive and dump them in the panel. In another video, I will show you how to perform the recovery of that programming.